Hi everyone. So we're here and we're at the day of the show. So for the day of the show, I might bring a bag along, a duffel bag, so it has maybe my sprays. In this case, I do have some treats in there for showmanship. I have a lot of poop bags, and I do have my water bowls on the side. If you don't know where you're going and they don't have fresh water there, I always advise to bring enough water for your dog to drink and keep them hydrated if it's a hot day. I also bring a fan, a Milwaukee Tool fan, like a little portable fan, so that's important. So now on the day of the show, I'm going to get into the leashes and the different things that I might use even when I'm training. So looking at my own dog for comfort or for junior showmanship, in this case it would be confirmation since I'm no longer a junior, I have a kangaroo slip lead. Now for a 100+ pound dog, I have to have a lot of control over him. So I have a nice snake chain for him, and this is what we use for when we're showing. And when we put it on and we're holding on to him when we're not in the ring yet, we slip it on and we hold him up here so our fingers can slip through, just so he's not breaking this, because this weighs nothing compared to him. And the cool thing is that dogs are really smart. Any dog is really smart. And the dogs can really pick up on the different leads. So he knows when he's on his show lead, and he knows when he's on a slip lead. And what I use this for is even just going over quickly, gating him back and forth for showing, just to see how he's moving, making sure everything's good on him. I also use it on walks where when I want him to just be an actual and have fun and not pay attention. Now for doing actual obedience type of event, I normally have just a regular leash on him, and you can either get them in like a nylon type of material like this, which I got in Philadelphia, or you can have just a generic leather one. But I'm essentially just taking out his coat and combing him, making his top line looking nice, his whole coat looked full, thick, and healthy. And that goes in the part when you're getting ready for the junior showmanship, making sure that both you and your dog look nice, that you're dressed the best you can, and that your dog is looking as beautiful as what he or she can. Because it's really making sure that you're telling the judge, hey, this is my piece of work that I put into it this summer, this year, and I want you to just allow me to see how I've done with him and what I've done to prepare him for the show. Keep in mind too that regardless of how well you show or how well you train your dog, sometimes, and this goes with the older dogs and younger dogs or puppies, that sometimes dogs just don't accelerate or mature as quickly. I myself am having difficulties sometimes, not so much controlling him, but getting a new trick down because he's 18 months old and is in an awkward teenager state. So with that, kind of has a teenager brain where he just thinks he can do whatever. But I mean, I still have fun doing it, and I still can make it look pretty effortless, is what people are telling me. So it comes down to being frustrated. Sometimes you give it your all and your dog is having a bad day, or they're just not understanding it yet, and that's okay. Just honestly, we have ribbons, we have medals, and they just sit here and collect dust. So making sure that you just go home with your best friend is probably the most important thing, even more so than having a ribbon. And with that, keeping in mind, I personally just think if you guys try your hardest, don't overwork your dog and make it fun for them, they'll do better.